Remote jobs are not simply office jobs with a laptop added. They are filtered through another question. Can this person deliver without physical proximity? Many candidates answer with a location preference instead of a reliable operating model. That gap can weaken a strong application before the interview begins. Employers worry about availability, communication, visibility, trust, and collaboration. When those questions stay unanswered, remote work can look like additional risk. The solution is not applying faster or collecting more remote job boards. It is making your way of working visible, credible, and trustworthy. Start with the 7 mistakes that block otherwise qualified remote candidates. The first is treating every vacancy labeled remote as the same opportunity. Remote can mean remote first, remote friendly, hybrid, office-led flexibility, or simply unclear. A company may allow remote work while key decisions still happen in office. Remote employees can then be included technically but disadvantaged operationally. Before applying, examine location rules, time zones, meetings, travel, documentation, and performance measures. Treat the remote label as the start of due diligence, not the answer. The second mistake is sending one general resume to every remote vacancy. A generic profile lists responsibilities but rarely proves effective work across distance. Remote-ready evidence includes outcomes, ownership, written communication, documentation, and distributed collaboration. Every remote claim should connect to a truthful example you can defend. Show how you coordinated work, documented decisions, surfaced blockers, and delivered results. Without formal remote experience, use evidence from distributed teams, virtual clients, or independent work. Employers do not need another claim that you work well from home. They need proof that your work stays reliable when people are separated. The third mistake is relying almost entirely on large public job boards. Remote vacancies attract broad competition, but public listings are only one access point. Build an opportunity stack: company pages, selected boards, remote platforms, recruiters, networking, and referrals. Search title variations, outcomes, and skills instead of repeating one exact title. Track which sources create screens and interviews, then shift effort toward them. Fewer qualified applications can outperform a large batch of generic submissions. Human access matters because a useful conversation can stop your application remaining anonymous. The fourth mistake is ignoring practical constraints until a recruiter asks. Location, work authorization, payroll rules, time zones, travel, and start dates affect feasibility. Remote does not always mean working anywhere, anytime, under any arrangement. Write your non-negotiables and workable limits before investing in an application. This prevents good conversations collapsing over conditions that were never clarified. State your location honestly, explain realistic overlap, and separate flexibility from permanent availability. The fifth mistake is describing communication with words like independent and self-motivated. Those qualities sound positive, but do not explain how collaboration works. Define overlap hours, response windows, an urgent channel, and a predictable update rhythm. Good availability is clear and dependable. It does not require constant online presence. Separate focus time, collaboration time, and escalation so people understand silence. Async work is not disappearing until a task is finished. It provides enough context, progress, decisions, and next steps for others to continue. Use meetings for ambiguity, conflict, relationship repair, and fast alignment. Use async communication for status, drafts, repeatable updates, and documented decisions. Every meeting needs an owner, agenda, and clear output. Every important decision should remain accessible after the call ends. The sixth mistake is allowing strong remote work to remain invisible. In offices, physical presence can create visibility even when progress is poorly documented. Remote work needs a loop: priorities, progress, decisions, blockers, next actions, outcomes. Send a concise weekly update before the manager has to request status. Visibility is not constant activity, self-promotion, or performance theater. It is enough evidence for others to trust that work is controlled. Autonomy grows when ownership, checkpoints, and escalation triggers are explicit. Confirm the owner, deadline, success measure, decision rights, and update cadence. That structure reduces uncertainty and gives managers less reason to micromanage. The seventh mistake is answering remote interview questions as lifestyle questions. I am more productive at home explains preference but not operational reliability. Build your answer around outcomes, overlap, communication, documentation, visibility, and escalation. Say, I work well remotely when priorities, overlap hours, written updates, and escalation rules are clear. Then add one truthful example showing how your system protected delivery. Prepare 6 proof areas: communication, ownership, documentation, relationships, early delivery, and sustainable boundaries. Use specific situations, actions, and outcomes instead of remote work adjectives. Then use the interview to review the company's operating model. Ask where key decisions are documented and which conversations must happen live. Clarify overlap, meeting load, travel expectations, and remote employee visibility. Ask whether performance is measured through activity, availability, or outcomes. A remote interview should test mutual operating fit, not just your preference. Remote searches also attract vague listings, copied vacancies, and fraudulent messages. Verify the company domain, recruiter identity, interview process, and official role listing. Treat payment requests or early demands for sensitive information as serious warnings. When an offer arrives unusually fast and pressure replaces process, pause and investigate. After hiring, remote readiness still has to become visible quickly. In week 1, align on success measures, tools, stakeholders, communication, and decisions. In week 2, build relationships and learn how information moves. In week 3, deliver one useful early result and document it. In week 4, review gaps and stabilize the operating rhythm. Set an update cadence and identify the first deliverable before uncertainty grows. Early visible proof connects remote work to outcomes, not personal convenience. Finally, do not confuse permanent availability with commitment. Always-on behavior creates blurred boundaries, weaker focus, and an unsustainable system. Review outcomes, visibility, relationships, energy, boundaries, and risk every week. Fix the lowest area before trust or performance begins deteriorating. A strong remote system should still work after month 1 excitement disappears. Your remote search therefore needs more than a list of websites. It needs a clear work model plus realistic location and time zone rules. It needs credible evidence translated into your resume, profile, and outreach. It needs multi-channel sourcing, careful verification, and consistent application tracking. It needs interview answers explaining communication, ownership, documentation, and visibility. It also needs a first 30 days plan that turns promises into observable proof. Then every application can present remote work as reliability, not convenience. The Remote Job Search Workbook brings the decisions, checklists, planning tools, and templates together. Use it to evaluate roles, build evidence, prepare interviews, and create your operating plan. Remote Job Search Workbook. Search with clarity, prove readiness, and build work employers can trust.